Hi everyone, I'm Rachel, and in this video I'm going to talk about how I learn songs. I've been getting asked this question a lot, and although I'm not an expert by any means in learning songs, I thought I'd share with you my process that I go through, and also ask for your advice and feedback on how you go about learning a new song. So if you have any advice, feel free to leave it in the comments down below. So the first thing I do when I'm learning a song, outside of picking the song to begin with, is to start by listening to the song a good number of times. I really sit down and listen to the song to figure out where all the guitar parts are, where the hard parts are, the easier parts, what parts repeat throughout the song, where the solo comes in, where I think the tricky parts are. I really just want to get a solid mental map of how the song works, and I think that makes it a lot easier when you sit down with the guitar and try to start learning it, to just know how the song flows and what to expect from the song. After I feel like I have a strong mental structure of how the song plays out, I usually turn to YouTube and try to find a video of someone playing the song, or of a lesson of the song if there is one. I used to learn from tabs, but I found that, for me at least, watching someone actually play the song has been a much more beneficial way of learning. And although I'd like to be able to learn completely by ear, I'm not quite there yet. But through watching someone play, I can kind of see where they are on the guitar neck and learn a little bit by ear, try to pick out what notes they're actually playing without just looking exactly where their fingers are. So I think that it both helps you to start learning things by ear, and also you can really see how things are played and pick up from how the different people are playing it. If you're interested in knowing which YouTube channels I've learned from in the past, I'll link some of them in the description. Many of them you may already know, but either way they're great resources for learning new songs. Once I've found a video that I feel like will be a great resource to learn from, I usually start by learning the bass parts of the song. And these are the parts of the song I feel like are repeated throughout a lot, the parts that are not too hard and will allow me to start playing along with the song so I can start getting a better mental picture of how the song flows, even if I can't play all of the parts. To go about actually learning these bass parts of the song, YouTube has a great feature where you can slow down what the person is playing, where you can slow down the video. So let's say if it's not a lesson, if it's just someone playing the song at full speed, you might want to slow down the video so you can really hear and see what notes are being played and really pick out different parts of the song. This may take a lot of repetition. I usually slow down the video and play the same part of the song, maybe just a few notes over and over again until I feel comfortable, and then I move on to the next part once I have those notes down. Once I feel comfortable with these bass parts of the song, I'll usually start trying to play along with the song right away, maybe at a slower speed. Again, you can use the slow down functionality on YouTube to go to the actual song and turn down the speed to 75% or 50% and just start playing along with it. At this point, I won't have all of the notes down or all of the different parts of the song down yet, but I want to have enough so that I can start playing along with the song and keep building that mental structure that I've been talking about of how the song plays out. I feel like trying to play along with the song early on, even before you've learned all of the parts, will allow you to keep building this structure of the song and learning where the parts come in and out and the different things that you feel like you need to work on most. So at this point, when I feel like I have the bass parts of the song down and I'm able to play along with those parts in the song, I'll start trying to learn the harder parts. This may be the solo of the song, or maybe a riff that was a little bit more complicated, or maybe an intro or an ending that doesn't come up a lot in the song that I haven't started to learn yet. When I go about learning the harder parts, it's pretty much exactly the same as how I learned the bass parts of the song. I just go back to a video of someone playing it slowly, or a lesson video, and I really slow down those parts and play them in sequences of very small amounts of notes until I get those down, and then move on to the next part of the sequence. I think the key thing here is to not be scared to play things very slow at first and then increase the speed as you go along. A lot of parts of songs seem scary at first, but once you start slowly and you realize you can play it at a slower speed, and as you increase the speed more and more, you realize that it's not impossible and that you'll be able to play it if you keep practicing it. So once I feel like I have the harder parts of the song down, I'll then go back to the actual song and start trying to play them along with the song. This doesn't necessarily mean playing the song from beginning to end, including the harder parts yet. It usually just means starting at the part of the song that I'm struggling with most. So if I need to play the solo, I won't necessarily start playing all the way from the beginning to the solo and then play the solo at this point. I think it's more important to focus on your problem areas rather than play all the parts that you already have down perfectly over and over again, and then not getting to play the part that you're struggling with as much. So I'll usually skip to the part of the song that I'm struggling with and just play that part over and over again, slowing it down if necessary and then speeding it up to full speed. So once I feel that I have the harder parts of the song down, I'm able to play them along with the song, and I have the easier parts down that I learned initially, I will start playing along with the song and recording my guitar as I do so. Recording myself play allows me to look back after I'm done playing, after I'm out of the moment, and really narrow in on parts that sound a little bit off or that I may be struggling with. From listening to these recordings, I'm really able to narrow in on the parts of the song that I may still be having some problems with and focus on those specifically when I'm practicing. Now at this point, once I've worked on those problem areas that I identified through listening to myself play the song, and I'm able to play along with the song without many problems, I have learned the song. That pretty much concludes my process on learning a song. I hope that this was helpful to some of you, and as I mentioned before, if you have any feedback or advice on how you learn songs, please leave those in the comments. I'd be interested in hearing. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.